shift in our fuel production, Leo, or is it?
Yeah, so the fracking ban has been lifted. Although they do say this is warning us that there are risks from earthquakes. According to geologists, I don't know what geologists would know about earthquakes, but I mean the great news is, so Liz Truss has agreed to sort of lift the ban on fracking, so we'll finally be able to get some of the gas out of the ground and maybe into our cookers and heaters in time for winter. It'll probably take a bit longer than that. But these geologists that have been dragged up say, there's a risk from earthquakes in Britain. Like, we're not exactly the most earthquake-prone country. I mean, I think we'll be able to survive. We're not going to see any great Tokyo-style, rifts appearing in the Earth's crust.
We have the odd one every so often, but we certainly had some when they were experimenting with fracking last time that seemed linked to fracking.
Yeah, very little ones.
They were. So there's a limit of 0.5 on the Richter scale, everyone's favourite scale, the Richter scale, logarithmic, everyone loves that. So 0.5 is relatively small, but there were some 2s being measured, which ends up being 10 to the power of 2 bigger. 10 to the power of 4 bigger because it's 0.5.
Any tsunamis from that wiped out nuclear power stations?
No, but
so as long as it's less than wiping out a nuclear power station, you're OK with it?
Well, yeah, because that would put our energy problem in a worse place.
One in, one out.
But the real threat to fracking is, and Liz Truss has said this here, she says fracking will only happen where there is local support for it. So all these people are like, not in my backyard. It's like, no, we need to get a grip on NIMBYism in the UK because it's stopping so many things. We don't have enough houses because nobody wants a new house built next to them. It's something that really holds back growth and productivity in this country.
I think there needs to be a little bit more research. What it is, we're just basing it on what happened before. And a friend of mine who did experience a little sort of mini earthquake, like a friend of ours actually, but a comedian friend, Susie Bennett, she said it just felt like an inverted farte. Can I say fart?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah. But it's interesting because it says hydraulic fracturing, known as fracking, involves pumping water, sand and chemicals underground at high pressure to fracture rock to extract the oil and gas. Now, what does that sound like? That sounds like a colonic irrigation, doesn't it? And so,
I've never had one done at high pressure.
Little burblings, and I think that's what the Earth is having, little burblings, and that's what she felt. Because she said it just felt like that felt a bit strange. But it wasn't like a massive
sand in it as well, do you?
Huh?
You have sand and high pressure in your colonic?
Those are things they go through for women are too.
Well, one of Susie's farts, I reckon, could actually register on the Richter scale. That is a possibility.
Susie didn't mean that. That's a mean thing to say.
But are you worried about how this... If everyone does lots of fracking, we have no research on it? Because you said the research so far was...
No, there is...
Hang on, let me finish the thing there. You said the research so far was looking at what had happened in the past. That is the definition of all science. That's what you're going to base stuff on.
Yeah, but it was only little, but we need to know that if it's going to get worse. Like, it wasn't like it was huge. So I suppose everyone's scared. Like, if it was a little one, are we going to have big earthquakes? And that's what, people need reassurance, I guess, to that it's not going to be...
Yeah, the upshot of this story is the scientists don't know at the moment. There's no improvement in ability to detect.
Well, no, they do know. I mean, these geologists are, probably just trying to get in the papers or something. But, the overall fracking's been proven to be safe and effective. Some water might get a bit tainted, but mostly it's safe and effective. But what isn't safe and effective is Russia bombing Ukraine and Russia holding us over a barrel with oil and gas. So fracking would reduce Putin's stranglehold around Europe. And help Ukraine win the war.
I love that how you've added geologists to your hate list now.
No, I think most of them are great.
Just the ones who are in it for the fame. They're the ones you don't like.
Yeah. I would never take them for granite.
Oh, very good. Friday's Daily Mail. And should inheritance